Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Madam Zarina. Today, my group, which is from Group 4, will present to you about polypropylene. My group member consists of Fakihah, Sharifah, Shaira and Akika. Hope you will enjoy our video. So, let's start.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Sharifah. So today I will present to you about background or history of polypropylene. Okay. What is polypropylene? Basically, polypropylene is a thermoplastic addition polymer made from the combination of propylene monomers. It is used in a variety of applications to include packaging for consumer products, plastic parts for various industries including the automotive industry, special devices like living hangings and textiles. Polypropylene was first polymerized in 1951 by a pair of Philips petroleum scientists named Paul Hogan and Robert Benz, and later by Italian-German scientists named Netta and Ring. It became prominent extremely fast as commercial production began barely 3 years after Italian chemist Professor Giulio Netta first polymerized it. By 1957, its popularity had exploded and widespread. Commercial production began across Europe. Today, polypropylene is one of the most commonly produced plastics in the world.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Fakihah. So we proceed to the reaction to produce polypropylene. So the polypropylene will produce by polymerization of propylene, which is by breaking the double bond in a propylene molecule in the presence of a catalyst to form long chains of 3 carbon atom molecules. This is the example here. We got propylene structure and we got 2 catalysts here, and lastly we will get the product, which is polypropylene. And here there are some examples of structure of polypropylene. In this polymerization, there are 2 types of catalysts used, which are Ziegler-Natta and Metallocene catalysts. So first is Ziegler-Natta polymerization, which is a method of vinyl polymerization. And usually catalyst used is titanium chloride and titanium tetrachloride. And this reaction also uses co-catalyst, which is from alkyl derivative of aluminium. In this video, I will use titanium tetrachloride to form polypropylene. However, this structure will going to be different because the electrons are going to shift their position. In this reaction, there are 3 steps. First, initiation step, which is the first pair carbon-carbon pi bond will complex with titanium to form carbon-titanium bond, and then the electron hold the bond between the titanium and the carbon of the ethyl group will form to a bond between the ethyl group and the methyl substitute carbon of the propylene monomer, and we will get this structure. Once the electron shuffling ceases, titanium once again has empty orbital and needing electron to fill it. So move to the next step, which is propagation step, and it occurs when another propylene molecule comes along, and the whole process will start over, and at the end it will get structure like indirect picture, and the polypropylene become more linear during this step. Termination step is the final step in this Ziegler-Natta polymerization, and this is the termination process from the use alkyl derivative aluminium. Okay, move on to the second catalyst, which is Metallocene catalyst that catalyzed by metallocenes, and the methyl alumozine was added to the metallocene catalyst to improve the reaction. So the method in this reaction is first methyl group fall off, and zirconium is stabilized through the sharing of electrons from the carbon-hydrogen bond like this, and the olefin monomer is loaded with more electrons to share with zirconium through the carbon-carbon double bond. Next step is electron shuffle, which is zirconium methyl carbon bond will shuffle and form methyl carbon propylene carbon, and second alkene metal complex electron will shuffle and form zirconium propylene carbon. And for the next step, it will continue and begin repetation, which also called propagation.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Afika. So let's proceed with equipments involved in polypropylene production. As we all know, there are two types of phase process. So the first one, gas phase process. There are several equipments involved. First, cyclone, a separation device to remove fines entrained from reactant. Second, heat exchanger, remove excess heat. Third, compressor, to compensate for the pressure drop through the system. Fourth, booster pump, to increase pressure of fluid. And the last one, fluidized bed catalytic reactor. Continuous charging of catalyst and co-catalyst is carried out into the reactor, which activates the reactants, which are propylene and hydrogen, to produce an outspread distribution of polymer particles. So the second one, liquid phase process. There are three equipments involved. First, primary and secondary cyclone to remove residual monomer. Second, axial flow agitator. The first one, it helps to maintain high flow rates to ensure good heat transfer. Also, to prevent any polymer particles settling from the slurry. And the last one, vessel. A reaction occurs in the vessel where residual moisture and volatiles are removed by a hot nitrogen purge.
Assalamualaikum, I am Shaira and now I will proceed with the production process of polypropylene. As we all know, polypropylene are made from the polymerization process of propylene. There are two routes to produce polypropylene, which are gas phase process and liquid phase process. For gas phase process, the operating condition is 70 to 80 degrees Celsius with the pressure of 30 bar. Novelant and unipoles are the example for technologies in gas phase process. Move on to the liquid phase process. The operating condition is 60 to 80 degrees Celsius with the pressure of 30 to 40 bar. Bosta and Seripol are the example of technologies in liquid phase process. Here is the step for polypropylene production via gas phase process, and I will explain in the schematic diagram. Firstly, the fresh feed, which are propylene, hydrogen and nitrogen, will pass through heater before entering the reactor. The heater is functioned to regulate the gas inlet temperature to achieve the required reaction temperature. Polymerization process will occur in the reactor with the presence of catalyst. The product, which is polymer powder, will be stored in the powder silo. For the unreacted gas, it will be recycled back to the reactor and pass through cyclone. Cyclone is functioned to remove fine entrain from the reactor. Next is liquid phase process. This is the schematic diagram of polypropylene production via liquid phase process. Fresh feed, which are liquid propene, hydrogen and catalyst, will regulate in the loop reactors and form slurry. The slurry will let down in the primary cyclone in homopolymer section. Homopolymer section is directly connected with the secondary cyclone by passing the copolymerization unit. Unreacted propene will be recycled back to the reactor, which are through condenser and compressor. Polymer powder from the second cyclone is fed into the vessel for deactivation process with small amount of steam and undisclosed additive. Lastly, residual moisture and volatiles are removed by hot nitrogen in the purging vessel before the polymer powder stored in the powder silo. Here is the example of video elaboration for polypropylene production process. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, next is applications of polypropylene. First is automotive industry. Okay, automotive industry, due to its low cost, outstanding mechanical properties and moldability, low coefficient of linear thermal expansion, and high chemical resistance and good weatherability, polypropylene is widely used in automotive parts. Polypropylene has been used for car dashboards, also for other interesting applications as well, bumpers, cladding and exterior trim, film cushioning, film skins, covers and interior elements. Second one is medical applications. Polypropylene is used in various medical applications due to high chemical and bacterial resistance. Also, the medical grade polypropylene exhibits good resistance to steam sterilization. Okay, disposable syringes is the most common medical applications of polypropylene. Other applications include medical vials, diagnostic devices, petri dishes, intravenous bottles, specimen bottles, food trays, pans and pill containers. Okay, next is flexible and rigid packaging. Polypropylene tends to replace cellophane, metals and paper due to its superior properties and lower price. As film and flexible packaging, we will find polypropylene film in three main sectors, which are food and confectioneries, tobacco and clothing. As rigid packaging, we will find polypropylene in sectors such as caps and closures to pallets, crates and bottles. The last but not least is fashion and sports industry. Fashion and sports industry is one of the main applications of polypropylene. Due to the resilience of polypropylene to wear, tear, sun, elements, mold, bacteria and especially water, polypropylene present in the building of outdoor equipment and accessories. The production of tote bags, which are resilient, sturdy and durable, reusable, waterproof and lightweight, is this kind of bag is one of the example of application of polypropylene. Okay, we find it in cold weather base layers for winter sports, but also in warm weather clothing for summer sports, as it keeps perspiration away from skin. That's why polypropylene makes a good addition to sport clothes, equipment and undergarments.
Finally, world's polypropylene companies. There are many companies outside there that produce polypropylene, but these are the top one. So for the first one, Dow Chemical, an American multinational chemical company headquartered in Michigan. They provide chemicals, plastics and agricultural products and operates in approximately 35 countries. They also the leading global supplier of every major polyethylene resin worldwide, stated at 2016, and the world's largest producer of chlorine and polyalkylene glycols. They also employ 49,500 people worldwide. And not to forget, the profit gain is about $49 billion. Quite a big amount, right? So the next one is LyondellBasell. LyondellBasell is one of the world's largest plastics, chemicals and refining companies incorporated in the Netherlands and global operations in London, United Kingdom. LyondellBasell is the world's largest producer of polypropylene, resins and polypropylene compounds and one of the top worldwide producers of polyethylene. They also employ 19,400 people worldwide, and the profit gain $34.7 billion. And the last one, SABIC, also well known as Saudi Arabia Basic Industries Corporation, a public petrochemical company founded in 1976 and based in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. SABIC is the world's third largest producer of polyethylene and the fourth largest producer of polypropylene and polyolefins in general. The company operates in more than 40 countries across the world and has 60 manufacturing sites. Also, they employ 40,000 employees. Not to forget, the profit gain is $35.4 billion. So, that's all from us. Thank you.